Good morning. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a recipe that is very dear to my heart. This is a recipe that my grandmother passed on to my dad and my dad passed on to me, and it is called a specialty. This is a Depression era recipe, and when my dad and his brothers and sister were growing up, every penny counted. So my grandmother created this dish to make sure that before all of her kids went to school, they had a full stomach. So I hope you enjoy this recipe. The ingredients that you will need are an olive oil spray, at least 4 to 5 tablespoons of white vinegar, a 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt, and 1/4 teaspoon of ground pepper, at least 4 slices of bread that you will be toasting with a toaster, 1 pound of bacon, and at least 10 to 12 raw eggs. And you will also need a stock pot that is at least 2 to 4 quarts, because you will be filling the stock pot up with at least 8 cups of water in order to poach the eggs. And I will be showing you how to poach eggs 2 different ways today. So let's get cooking. The first step in making this special breakfast is turning your stove top onto medium-high, and I have already placed bacon into 2 of the skillets, and I will be using tongs to turn the bacon because I've just found over the years it's the easiest way to turn bacon, and you can do multiple slices at one time. So I'm going to brown the bacon. I'm going to be watching it carefully, and as it starts to become more crisp, you will see that I will turn the stovetop down lower to a medium and even to a low towards the end, because I want the bacon to become brown and crisp. So I'll be back in a few minutes to let you see the progression of the bacon as I fry it. I wanted to show you how easy it is to turn bacon using the tongs. I have let the bacon brown on one side, and I did turn the bacon down to a medium, and now I've got it more towards the low setting. And so what you'll see me is I'm just flipping the bacon over using the tongs. And if the bacon sticks together, just go ahead and try to pull it apart. It's not a big deal. Just make sure that you cook the bacon evenly, and you want the bacon crisp. So I'll probably have another 2 to 3 minutes for the bacon. And my first pan that you see here is almost done. I'm getting ready to take my second skillet of bacon off that's out off camera. But I'll be back in a few minutes to let you see the end result of the color and the texture of the bacon. Our bacon is done, and you will see that I have lined a plate with paper towels to drain the bacon onto. And I wanted to let you see the color and the texture of the bacon, because you want it nice and crisp, because you will be crumbling the bacon for this recipe. So now I'm going to reserve my bacon grease, because everybody knows that bacon grease and any sort of meat grease makes excellent gravy for biscuits. So we'll be using this at a later time to make gravy with. So now I'm going to move on to the next segment of our video, where you will see me. I'm placing a stock pot full of water onto the stove, and I'm going to let this come to a boil, and I will show you how to make poached eggs by dropping your eggs into water that is boiling, and then we will be moving on to show you how to make poached eggs in a poacher. The next step in making your poached eggs is to bring your water to a gentle boil, and I'm pouring the vinegar into the water, and in just a few seconds you will see me gently break the eggs into the water. You can also take your eggs and break your eggs into a small dish or a bowl and slide the egg into the water, but I just prefer to break the eggs and just drop them as close as possible into the water that is starting to boil. And you will see the bubbles coming to the top of the water, and that lets you know that you can start the process of putting the eggs in. And I wanted to let you see that I am using a slotted spoon to scoop the eggs out, and this is a major part of being able to get the eggs out of the boiling water. So you want to make sure that you do have a slotted spoon and not one without slots. So first you will see that I have my egg, and I'm just going to break the egg, and I'm taking my fingernails into where it cracked, and I'm going to gently open the egg and drop the egg into the boiling water. And I'm going to put 4 eggs into a 4-quart pan right now, or stock pot. And then after we get the eggs out of the water, I will show you how to make poached eggs using a poacher. So this is for people that do not have a poacher, and you want to let your eggs cook at least 4 to 5 minutes, or until the egg whites are white and the middle of your yolk is semi-hard. So I'll be back in just a few minutes to let you see how I scoop the eggs out of the water. Okay, the eggs are done, so I'm going to gently pick one up to show you how to get it out of the pan. So I'm just going to go ahead and drain it with the slotted spoon, and I have a plate ready to put the egg onto. And here's my second egg, and we did make 4 poached eggs. And again, this is a simple way to poach eggs for those of you who do not have a poacher. So this is the last egg. And there you have perfect poached eggs. And I will show you how to assemble the specialty dish as soon as I go to our next step of making poached eggs using a standard poacher. The first step in poaching your eggs will be to make sure that you have at least half of the pan filled with water, and you have 4 individual cups for your eggs to cook in. So you need to go ahead and use the spray of your choice to coat the inside of the egg poacher cups. And I have turned my stove top to a medium high because I want to make sure that the water is boiling, because once you place your eggs inside the individual cups, you will cover the pan with the lid, and you will be cooking the eggs for 4 to 5 minutes. So what you will see me do first is I'm going to break the egg, and again I'm just going to gently pull the egg apart. And I've got 4 eggs for this poacher. And just make sure when you're breaking the eggshell apart and you're dropping the egg in to do it as close as possible to your cup. And all of our eggs are in now. And next, what you'll see me do is I've got salt and pepper mixture that we talked about before. And I'm just sprinkling the salt and pepper onto the eggs. And make sure that you discard the salt and pepper that you use to sprinkle on the eggs, because you have just handled raw eggs. So next, I'm going to go ahead and cover my eggs with the lid, and I'm going to go ahead and turn the stovetop down to a medium, because I don't want the water to boil up inside the eggs. And I'll let you see how to assemble our specialty breakfast dish. That was my grandmother's recipe, and again, that was my dad's grandmother who showed his mother how to do it. So I'll be back in just a few minutes. Now I will show you how to make the specialty dish. So first, you will see me take toast that I have prepared using just a toaster, and I have buttered the toast. So right now, I've got 2 slices. So I'm going to go ahead and break the toast up into the bottom of our bowl. And when my dad's grandmother first started making this for him, he told me that she would make these dishes in a little teacup. And so, but today I am using a bowl so that you will be able to see exactly what I am doing. So again, I'm breaking up 1 slice of toast into the bottom of the bowl, and the toast has been buttered. And if you have picky eaters at home, you could always cut the crust off. So I'm almost finished breaking the toast up. And you will see that I will make 2 different bowls for you. So here we have a bowl of toast that has been broken up. And next, what you will see me do is I've got our bacon that has been fried from earlier. And I'm just going to go ahead and crumble the bacon up. And I'm going to put around 3 slices of bacon on top of the toast, and you can put as many as you prefer. If you're using the bacon and the toast and the eggs for a child, you might want to use less ingredients. And now I wanted to show you how to take the egg cup out of the poacher. This is the most simplest way to do it, is take it out with a fork so you do not burn your hands, and just flip the egg over and just gently pull it out. And there we have 1 dish almost prepared. And go ahead and flip it over again, and there you have what my dad's grandmother called a Depression-era dish, and she named it the specialty. And again, this is a very hearty little breakfast for your little ones or for your big ones too. So this is the eggs from the poacher. So next, I will show you the same exact steps, but only using the eggs that we poached without an egg poacher, by just dropping them into boiling water with a little bit of vinegar. So again, I'm going to go ahead and I'm breaking the toast up. And again, the toast has been buttered. And we're just layering this in the bowl. And if you prefer, you could also take your eggs and you could chop your eggs and then place the eggs as your third layer in your bowl. So we have our toast. We have our toast that has been crumbled. Next, we have our bacon. And I'm just crumbling the bacon on top of the toast. And what my grandmother used to do after she would crumble everything, and she would mix the eggs with the toast and the bacon. And especially if the eggs were a little bit runny. But again, you need to make sure that you cook your eggs to your preference and not eat a raw egg. So now we have our toast and our bacon layered. And the last thing that we will do are placing our poached eggs that we used without a poacher. And there we have our second breakfast meal. And again, this is my dad's grandmother's recipe that was handed down all the way to me, and I serve my family. So I hope you enjoy this recipe as much as we do. Until next time, enjoy.